Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, so I've been trying to lose weight and it is so hard to do. It's so difficult. You know what? Everybody has all this advice and they always try to tell you how to lose weight, and I struggle with that sometimes. Sometimes I just want to vent to people, and I already have a plan, but I just want to vent about the difficulties of whatever it is. And I think that it's really hard when you're going through things because people often want to give you advice or they want to help you through it because that's just like naturally how they want to help, right? They want to give advice, they want to come up with solutions. But sometimes when you're in a funk or when you're trying to do something, you already know what you're going to do, but you just want someone to listen. You just want somebody to talk to and tell them, this is what I'm going through and it's awful, and I just want someone who can relate to me and say, yeah, I get it. And I don't think a lot of people know how to do that anymore. I don't think that people want to. Maybe they're just so, I don't even know. I know that I see it with my students all the time. I see it with my students. Even now, I'm a new teacher coming in. I've only been there for a week. And already I have students that are just like, bleh. They want to tell me their whole entire life story. And it's because people want that. They want to tell you, they want to say, this is what I've been through. This is who I am. This is what I'm going through. And they want you to listen, you know? And sometimes they don't even need a whole bunch of advice because they know where they're going. They know what they're doing. They just want someone who will listen. Someone who will say, I understand. I get it. And you know what? You're doing the right things. You're on the right track or whatever. Sometimes they're not on the right track and you might have to tell them that. But for the most part, I think people just want someone who will listen. And we just don't have that very often these days. It's hard to find. I'm going to therapy because I wanted someone to listen to me and I wanted somebody to help me and give me real ways to work on certain things, right? Like, so there are certain things that I want to work on personally. And I think that not enough people take accountability and say, this could be something that I need to fix, that I'm doing that I need to fix, right? We have so many people out here in the world who are willing to point the finger, place the blame, but not enough people who are willing to look inside and say, what can I work on to make myself a better person? And for me, it's been interesting. The guy that I have as a therapist is a really nice guy. I'm using this thing called Talkspace, and it is like an online app, and I meet with them through video. I meet with him through video, and it takes my insurance, and I can schedule it like on the weekends at weird hours. Like I could do a Saturday at 8 o'clock at night or a Sunday at this time or whatever. And I love that. I love that it's flexible because I could not find anyone to meet with in person. And the last time I tried to meet with someone in person, she was so rude and I could not even deal. I walked out of the office because of how rude she was to me. And I like that I could pick if it was a male or a female, and I like that I could pick like if they were religious or if they weren't, you know, whatever. It was nice. So I've talked to him twice already, and I really like the guy. He's nice. So gonna keep up these sessions with him and see how it goes and what I can figure out about myself and how to fix anything that's off or something that I need to work on, right? Because I believe in taking care of yourself and your mind, and I believe in taking ownership of things that might be that it might be you in the situation. And I don't think that we should ever be so proud that we're not willing to say, after we've gotten into it with somebody, not willing to say, okay, let me do a deep dive here and see, was there something that I did wrong? You know, and being able to say, okay, this is something that is not working. This is something that I have going on with me, and I've noticed is a continuous thing, and how can I fix it, right? And that could be anything. That could be, some people don't realize that they have anger issues, or that they're struggling with their own confidence, or that maybe they come off a little bit brash or harsh sometimes, or it could be anything, and it could even be something else. Like maybe I need to work on my self-confidence, or maybe I need to work on my social anxiety, or whatever it is, so I don't think it would hurt to take a look and see if there's any part in your own life that you could work on. And speaking of, one of the funniest things that I have noticed here lately, and I don't know why, maybe I did something on YouTube, I might have watched a podcast or something, and it led all these other podcasts to pop up on my feed, but all of a sudden, I'm seeing all of these single people who are like speakers, and they have hundreds of thousands of followers, okay? And they're giving dating advice to other single people. But here's the catch. They're all single. So there's all these single people who have not been in healthy relationships, who have continuously shared how toxic their past relationships are, who continuously talk about all these horrible negative things about the opposite sex, but then they're trying to give advice to other single people on how to find the one. So I think it's ironic and a little bit strange. It's like the blind leading the blind. And I was watching some of these, and I'm listening to the different ones. There's one with this guy, and he's like, I don't even know. I wish I could show you guys a clip of it, but he's so pompous and horrible and rude. And he's single, and he's talking about what women need to be, right? For you to find the right woman. And I'm like, how can you talk about what men need to find in women when you're single and you hate women? Okay, that's so counterproductive. And then there's another one, and the woman is single, and she's like, she just hates men. She thinks they're horrible and lazy and awful. And then she's trying to give advice to women on how to hook men. And I'm just like, but you're single and alone and miserable. Like, how can you give advice to other people on these things? I would say for anybody out there who is single, and maybe you're struggling, take those people with a grain of salt, because you have to look at the positions that they're in. Are they happy in their own relationships? Are they miserable in their dating lives? Are they, bitter towards the opposite sex, which I've seen a lot of. I've seen a lot of bitterness from both sides towards the opposite sex. And here's the thing. I'm not like a pro at this, okay, but I've been with my husband for a while now, so I feel like I can speak on these things. And I'm not like the kind of person that jumps from relationship to relationship. I've always had longer term relationships. And I could tell you the reason why they ended, and I could also tell you the reason why the one I'm in is working. And I just really believe that you cannot go into relationships or listen to people who are in no relationship. Oh my goodness. And take their bitter and negative viewpoints about the opposite sex and try to find the love of your life. I just don't think that that's going to work. So I would just say, if you're going to look for advice, try to find people who have a successful and hopeful and beautiful relationship. Don't take it from these people who are so just bitter and angry and that's bad advice. It's bad advice. And it's common sense. It seems like it would be common sense, but I guess maybe it's not anyways. But that's just my rant, okay? My rant. Don't listen to all these single people on how to find, the love of your life. And if you're not looking for the love of your life, if you're, the Bible does say it's better to just be alone if you can and just focus on God. And I'll I'll figure out what the verse is for that one. I'll plug it in the description. But a lot of people are like, what? It says, yeah, it actually does tell men, if you can handle it and you don't, you can handle it and you're not giving into the lustful, and you can just focus on God, that's better to do that. God would rather you do that. However, if you can't, then you should seek out a wife, right? So I just thought that was funny. All these single people telling each other how to find someone. I'm like, that's bad advice. That's bad advice. I would not listen to that person. But anyways, it was just funny. My students are so funny. They remind me of that they're so funny. Listening to them, they're hilarious. They've been through it all, man. And I was listening to this one student talk about her boyfriend and how, she's like, he's really just having a hard time, he's just having a hard time. And, he left work early and I called him and he lost his job. They fired him after the first day. And I'm like, the first day? What did he do? And then she's like, yeah, but I kind of feel uncomfortable when he goes home early because he's still living with his ex-girlfriend. And I'm like, what in the world? Okay. All right. I'm just going to not say anything. I'm just going to stay. Oh, Lord. I'm like, all right. Well, if she wants my advice, I'll give it to her. But until then, I'm keeping my mouth shut. But now you guys know. Oh, some of these stories, though, the students tell me, they're so funny. They're funny. But it's hard not giving advice. And it's hard, it's hard as a teacher. The hardest thing is just teaching the subject, which I am very, very big on. Like, I don't believe that I need to get into anybody's personal lives or anything, but it happens. It happens as an instructor, as a teacher. And especially with the college students, because they're older and they do want to know more about you. They do want to know your background and they do get curious, and they're very, very, some of them really want to dig in there. So you're just like, let's keep it professional. But, okay, moving on. I'm trying to lose weight and it is so difficult to do. This is like, I don't know what it is, but after 35, okay? After 35, I have just not been able to lose weight. It's like boom, 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 boom. It just keeps packing on. And I know it's okay. As I get older, I'm more sedentary. Okay, I'm not moving around as much. That's just how things happen. My metabolism is slowing down because I'm getting older. Okay, and I've got health stuff going on. Okay, and it doesn't help that the doctor told me that my cholesterol is up there. So I'm like, yay, that's something else I got to work on. Yay. So I'm trying really hard to cut out things. Like, I'm trying not to eat as much gluten, which is like almost impossible to do. Everybody's always like, it's so easy. I just do this and I make it work. And, I only eat. And I'm like, so basically I can have some salad or a piece of lettuce every day. I can't have cheese. I can't have bread. I can't have anything, it seems like. And I'm like, how am I going to make enchiladas? Because that's just like meat, cheese, and gluten. Okay? With the tortillas. And then I tried to do gluten-free tortillas and it just fell apart. It's a mess. It's a mess. And it's frustrating. And it's even more frustrating when you are going through this and there are people around you who are like very skinny or in shape, and then they start giving you advice and they're so matter of fact about it, right? There's no sympathy there. It's just like, well, this is what you should do and this is what I do. And it's like, I get it. Yes. I know. But it is hard. And there's a part of me, I'm not even kidding you, that is just like, I think I'm going to go and ask the doctor for some sort of help. Like, maybe I should start some sort of diet or something. And so my sister was telling me about this other thing. It's like Ozempic or something like that for diabetics. And apparently she's been, interested in it. And she says, she's a researcher in North Carolina for Wake Forest. So she knows a lot. She's really smart and I trust her. But she's telling me about it and she's telling me all these people are losing so much weight. I haven't looked into it that much yet. I'm going to look more into it and I might ask my doctor about it and think about getting on it because I want to lose weight and I want to, it's frustrating. Because I'm not even kidding you guys. I'm not even kidding you. I have been in the gym. I have been cutting calories like crazy. And it's so frustrating when you're going and you're killing yourself at the gym and you're doing all of this stuff. And then you look at the scale and it's like, it hasn't budged. It hasn't even moved at all. And everybody's like, don't look at the scale. And I'm like, I can't help it. I want to look at the scale. I want to look at that darn number go down. And everybody's like, measure yourself. I have not measured any part of me because I'm like, I don't know. It seems like a lot of work to measure myself all the time. I've got all this stuff going on in my life and just stopping to take measurements seems like such an inconvenience. I know that sounds horrible. I'm sorry, guys. This is why I'm fat, because I'm lazy. And I'm not lazy. I'm like physically, I don't want to do some things. Okay. But then there's other things that I'll do and it's just ridiculous. Like if somebody asks me to help them move a table, I'll be there and I will help you move that table and I'm going to move that table for you. But if you ask me to measure my arm, that sounds horrible. I just don't understand it. I don't know why I am the way I am. I'm getting therapy, guys. Okay? Just bear with me. But anyways, I just wanted to reach out to you guys and I wanted to tell you about all this stuff and just talk to you and let you know what's going on. And let me just go ahead and say this. Talking to people or finding someone who is willing to talk to you and listen to you can be so refreshing. And I'm not even kidding you when I say that. Like, it's refreshing to have a nice conversation that is deep and you're connected and real. So if you can find someone to do that with, I think that's good. I think that's a blessing, guys. Like, seriously, I really do. If you can find someone who's on the same wavelength as you, and I know it's hard, but maybe we need to get out of our comfort zones and we need to do that more often. Another thing I was going to tell you guys to do more often is take a deep breath. Let's do it right now. Okay, stop what you're doing. I just feel so much better when I do that. And I did that the other day with my students and I just felt so much better. And I know it felt like the room got lighter and everyone else just felt better. And I don't know what it is, but I don't think we stop enough and just breathe and just focus, and take a minute to gather ourselves and then move on. And I don't know. I just feel like that could be something that, that I'm going to start implementing more often. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. There's all sorts of things that I'm starting to do and I'm trying to do to just feel better, right? And I don't know. Maybe the things I'm going through will help you guys. Maybe it won't. Maybe you guys just think I'm a nut job. I don't know. But anyways, I just want to reach out to you guys and let you know what was going on. I really have no idea what to talk about. I was thinking about some things I wanted to talk about. And as you guys already know, I'm still on my journey with Jesus and following the path. But I'm also trying not to, I don't want to seem like a know-it-all. And I am more than happy to talk about subjects and things like that. But I really, sometimes I'll just hop on here and just talk about things, because I don't know. I just want to talk about something. And I really wanted to tell you guys about the single thing. I don't know why, but it just annoyed me. I'm like, why are all these single people telling people how to find somebody when they're single? It makes no sense. Why are people so weird these days? Why is everything so strange? Like, since when do we take advice from people who know nothing? Like, why is that like the ongoing theme here with a lot of things? It just seems like we have all these people who are like not qualified to speak on subjects, and yet we're giving them so much attention. Why? Why do we do that as a society? Somebody tell me why. Why do we do that? Like, if you're going to give love advice, you better have been married for 50-something years and a happy, successful relationship. Like, I just think that's how it should be. But maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm a nut job. I don't know. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later. I love you, and I hope you're doing well. I hope everything's going well, and bye.